Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zero Emissions Radio. The radio dedicated to sustainability. And as you know, we like to share our ideas of trying to do a better and more rational generation of energy and use of it for the present generations and for the generations to come. I'm very happy because we have today two special guests I wanted to introduce to you that have presented a beautiful, absolutely beautiful project in this executive education course about sustainable cities, sponsored by the and organized by the Climate Kick. And here we have Angela and Agnieszka. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
How are you?
Good. Great.
We are very good. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. I hope
very excited about our project.
I hope the signal and the voice we receive it now. I listen to you very, very, very well. We are using Skype, and we thank Skype because allow us to be closer. It is fantastic, these possibilities we have now with internet to communicate ourselves, and also in open sources like this Skype is. So can you listen to me way? Can you listen to me well? Hello?
Yeah. Sometimes it's interrupting, but
yeah, sometimes the sound is disappearing. But
okay,
yeah,
if the signal
is understandable what you say.
If the signal is not very well, we call again. But we're gonna try to proceed now. As I was sharing with our friends and our audience, you have participated in this executive education course by Climate Kick. And first of all, I'd like to ask you, how was the experience?
Yeah. It was really nice. It was divided in 4. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, I don't hear anything anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you, Angela. I cannot hear Ricardo.
Here we're again. Can you listen to me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this was Angela speaking.
Yes, I was telling about my experience.
Go ahead, Angela, please.
Okay, yeah, it was really nice because it was divided in different modules. And so I joined the first one in the Netherlands. And then the second one I joined in Paris, and the last one in London. And yeah, we had the opportunity to listen to different lecturers and also different working with different people. So that for me was really, really interesting.
Yes, I was going to say that Climate Kick is an initiative by the European Institute of Innovation and Technology that tries to educate, inspire, and empower future leaders. You are becoming a future leader. Agnieszka, tell us about your experience.
Yes, I would like to add that I think it was a very good setup because we had an opportunity to see the real-life examples of how the improvements to make the cities more sustainable can be made in a real life. So we visited a lot of interesting projects in all these 4 cities, and then we had the theoretical part. So we were having a lot of good lectures presented by people that were involved in this project, by some professors from universities. And then we had also part where we had to test our own ideas. So again, make the theory a bit more closer to real life, a bit more practical.
You two realized that there are more people like you that believe in sustainability, and that we can actually evolve to a better way of producing and making use of energy and our resources. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's important that we all collaborate together. And often in the work environment or university environment, we are surrounded by the people from the same profession.
Yeah.
But actually, this course was very good because there were invited people with different backgrounds. So it made us realize very, very well that we are much stronger and much more creative if we join forces.
I like to share with our audience, with our friends, this, as I said, beautiful project you presented. You have to compete in a way with your colleagues, presenting different projects, and you went to present a project about well, also under the same umbrella of a sustainable cities idea, but that in my opinion it was very linked to the essence of what sustainability is, that is linked to the happiness of the people. You started your presentation talking about the need to be happy in the environment you are. Can you tell us a little bit about it, please?
Yeah. Well, it's indeed. We are talking about a means for sustainability, like what could we do for sustainability, building new buildings, zero energy buildings, but indeed it's a fact that people don't really feel happy or safe in their cities. And so initially we thought, why not to combine sustainable needs for our planet with actually making people more happy about the environment they live in. So that was initially the idea, and then indeed there are many issues in cities, such as building which are vacant, so they are not used well, or they are not used at all, or they just are in need of refurbishment, and that can really facilitate needs of people. So our question was not really how to make these buildings zero energy or the environment more sustainable, but what do really people need? And today, I think people are getting something decided from above, like the municipality, for instance, is deciding what people need, and so giving them the facility. But we thought about a different approach, so really collecting people needs and trying to translating them in projects involving investors that can really help with that, but really focusing on indeed of happiness of people. This is what sustainability indeed should be for us.
We have to congratulate you, because
when we generally
go ahead.
Generally, when we talk about cities, we talk a lot about efficiency, about financial feasibility, but we forget often about this human factor. Obviously, when we talk about happiness, we can say that this is very subjective thing that we cannot really measure, but we recognize a certain elements that actually can make people happier or can increase the quality of life. And it's making the neighborhoods livable and vibrant and providing their infrastructures. But obviously, it's a very difficult task to provide all of that. Therefore, we were trying to see what would be the opportunity, and we actually realized that there's a lot of neglected spots in a city structure. It can be abandoned areas, it can be buildings that are not in use, and they're all scattered in different places. And they are not the main interests of municipalities or private investors. But in all of this, the basic needs of the cities are very much forgotten. And we had an idea to be an organization that can merge both interest and also actively involve citizens in the process of deciding what they really need in their neighborhood. Yeah. And that can have benefits for all the parties, because by doing a lot of analysis, research, collecting the data, we can have a good idea what is the fund needed and how to make it financeable. But we will be sure that introducing some new function or service in the neighborhood, it will meet demand of the people, so it will also benefit the revenue of potential investors.
Your project also has a beautiful name, a beautiful title, which is Light Up the Neighborhood. And as you said, it improves quality of life of people by increasing safety, services and community engagement in the neighborhood, educate people about sustainable lifestyle in the process. This is also that appealed my attention, which is engaging. At the same time, you are recovering a neighborhood to make it more livable and also to make the people more happy that live in that neighborhood. Also engaging at the same time the people, you are democratizing in a way also the way of deciding what to do with their own neighborhood, to talking to the people that live there, no?
Yeah, but not only that, is also that then people really feel part of the transformation of the city. So it's not that someone else is doing it; it are the people themselves that will really follow the process. So they first state the need. So they really say, I don't know, like we really need this school in this or this different I don't know whatever, and then they follow the process, and they can really see that they did contribute to the city transformation. So I mean, when people are made participating of what it's happening, they are more likely to be happy afterwards, because they knew what is going on as well. And also what we thought, it could be a way to initiate a learning process for the people, because there are sustainable solutions for the built environment, but many people don't really know, because, for instance, they are applied to office buildings that, in daily life of people are not really central, so they don't see them. While if they see them, for instance, in a school, all the sustainable measures that you can do, and this, if this building is something they ask for, then they can really see which are the potential of new technologies and how can a sustainable lifestyle be implemented by just having a different building. So
we know and we share that there is an absolute need to build, to produce, to develop zero emissions neighborhoods. But most of the people is surviving, actually, and it is very difficult to understand that become. I mean, starting with a better generation of energy and based in renewable sources, and also a better use of it, can actually make us happier. And also live better, no, economically.
Richer as well. Let's say it's true, because that's reality. Because they really can be a cheap way of producing energy, for instance. So and you can create different jobs as well in doing that. So giving a push to the market, to the building market. And also, I mean, also giving facilities to neighborhoods. For instance, if in a neighborhood there are so many people that have to leave and go far away for working, but you give the facility to work there, then of course you also help the economy. So it's a sustainable way, for every field.
As you said, and as Agnieszka added earlier. You close the circle as well, and it's very interesting that your project also observes this possibility that also the investors will see soon. I mean, you are with all these and becoming more sustainable. At the same time, you are adding value to the land that investors can actually see that the money will come out of it. They will have their profit. Agnieszka.
Yes, obviously. We are actually making all the investment more secure, because, as we mentioned, of a dialogue with the investor, and also by having some tools and measurements that can allow us to provide the function that it's really needed in the neighborhood, and also by having a dialogue with municipality, we can help to meet some of their needs or some of the constraints. But also by collaborating together, they can either subsidize the concepts. Because let's take for the example of the school. The municipality needs to build a new school. They have to provide all the new infrastructure. Usually they don't have a place for it in the city. So they have to make this project realize somewhere in the suburbs. They have to provide their public transport and all the other services needed around. But if we have some place in a city where all the infrastructure is already there, that's really a mutual benefit of making the project realize in this proper area.
Just yesterday, I don't know whether you've seen this picture. I saw it. Somebody shared it on Facebook, and it's this picture that you see the park, and with this nice brick path that goes to the left, and then on the grass there is this path made by the people walking, and on the left it says urban development, and on the real path that the people really use it says people development. And this is so important in your project. This participation of the people is really making the reality, of the city as it should be, no?
Yeah, but you're right also about the business case you have to provide to the investor, because indeed, unfortunately, nothing happens if no one pays for it. So that's also something not to forget, involving people, but also giving opportunities for making the transformation of the cities. So I'm really glad you mentioned that, because indeed it's crucial, and there should be a way to stimulate investors, municipalities for the energy transition in this way, and it's a proof that the business case for zero energy is not only made by economical value, but there should be also an added value, like people happiness or improving quality of life, because sometimes the initial costs are so big that you cannot just talk about money. You also have to take other things into the equation.
Both of you have backgrounds, and you have loads of experience in urban development and backgrounds in engineering and architecture. And in your experience, we're missing today. Actually, we didn't mention Ron van Erck, your partner in this program, that he's also actually working in this field. But do you see and do you foresee that this, besides being a project, it is possible? Yes.
I really see it. Agnieszka, what do you think?
I mean, we are here to make it possible.
Yeah.
So we have to believe that this is possible, because that's something we need. So we are striving to work hard on this project, make it stronger, make the concept stronger, make the business model stronger, and we will try to implement it. We don't know where yet, but
but we are planning indeed to follow with Climate Kick as well. So they have programs to start these projects as well. So we might be followed by them, and then really doing lots of research. So as we mentioned during the presentation, you first really need to find these opportunities that are balancing needs of people and investment possibilities.
Yeah, have you already tested with some so-called intelligent capital or social investment capital? And I'm sure the people that run this money will love it as well.
Yeah. We haven't tested yet, but we are planning to do it really soon. And indeed, this was in some of our plan, because this is really a social intervention. So indeed, for this type of grants, let's call them, I don't know, usually you also really need to provide this social function. So I believe it's possible.
You provide me with
I can see that there are some NGOs that are having not in such a big scale, but a little bit related ideas, and they're doing very successful intervention. But it's not bringing enough money, and we have to involve some investors that that will have but will allow us to use a bit bigger fundings.
Yeah, for sure. The next step is that I mean, actually, facing it as a business, and from the investor's point of view, but all the added value and the social return that it has as well.
Yeah, there is a lot of community engagement steps to do. So as first step, indeed, you really need to provide a business case, so to look at the business model, but it's also which are the key parameters that would improve quality of life of people in that neighborhood. So there might be different examples, like just having a Facebook page for inhabitants, or having being in the streets with a stand and asking people, doing some, I don't know, public cafe, any kind of public reunion that we could do, just to really gather complaints of people or ideas of people, because I believe people have a lot of ideas. Sometimes they are just not given the opportunity to say them.
That would be beautiful. It has never been easier as it is now to be together and to communicate and to interchange ideas and opinions as it is now, even with our mobile phones. So for sure you will be able to develop an application and also use Facebook and Twitter to people engage.
Yeah, but they are already doing it sometimes. I've seen, like, also in the Netherlands, like when they do big construction works, they try to involve people, but afterwards. So it's not in the decision-making process. It's when the decision is already taken. It's just to try to face the complaints of people about, like, noise you make during the constructions, or about some availability problem of the street, or transportation changes, but not really in the decision-making phase. And that's the biggest innovation, I think, of our project.
Fantastic. Well, I was going to say that you provide me with the presentation of the project that I can share it. Can I?
Or are you, or can the description? Yes, the PowerPoints. I think we would have to rework it a little bit before making it ready to share.
Okay, please let us know where can we go on the net to check what you're doing, or even to join if you start with an open project, perhaps of crowdfunding or whatever, because we'll like to keep an eye on everything you're doing and also join efforts.
Oh yes, please, that would be great if we could use this as an opportunity to gather more people on board, and to also have to inform people about what's happening. And this is also the first step for community engagement. Maybe some of your audience have an idea about something to do, so that's the first step.
To start with, I think it will be nice to have a Facebook page where we can always check for updates and all that. And for sure use one of the crowdfunding tools also when you already have the first project. Have you thought about the first pilot? Perhaps do you have an idea where to start?
Yeah, I think Agnieszka had.
Well, we have to learn by doing. So we want to try to talk to partners and municipalities. I live in Copenhagen. I have already some contacts there. And we will see where the seed can grow, so wherever we have some organizations or investors that want to collaborate, that will also determine where we can have our first pilot case.
Denmark is very advanced at some levels, and particularly Scandinavia, also in the sustainable mobility. We talk about them a lot here in Zero Emissions Radio, because actually they are leading the shift to zero emissions mobility with electric cars. Have you experienced it there, Agnieszka?
Yes. Denmark is very advanced when it comes to introduction of sustainable solutions. You can see it in everyday life. The
first top companies of wind generators are there. I remember in '86 I was already there, interviewing some of them, Micos and Vestas, and,
Oh.
and they're still ahead. Although in Spain we are not bad. We're producing some months almost 70% of our electrical needs from wind production.
70%.
Yeah.
See, we can do it. We can do it all together.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Well, thank you very much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
your ideas, your project, and your energy, your beautiful energy as well. And please let us know
Yes.
how to keep updated on everything you do and the
Thank
way
you,
that we can
yes.
join.
Thanks for this
Yes.
opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.